Hey, Wargamers, welcome back. Purple Druid here, and I have a little update for the Kal Arath / Druid Quest solo play project. I know you have seen these minis. Let's go ahead and zoom in a little bit. These are the men-at-arms that are accompanying our intrepid adventurers. Let's get this where you can see it. There we go. All right. Okay, perfect. And we've got Brundax and Lorgan and the company here. Now we also have some new ones. This is Morpan, and then we have these four, which will be done up for Tales of Argosa, which is coming up very, very soon. I was setting up the narrative and background part for the Tales of Argosa and getting that set up, and I realized that Morpan had actually sent another mission and I'd completely forgotten about it. So we're gonna go back and do that one first, and we're gonna continue with the Kal Arath rules on that one. And in order to do that one, I did, hang on, I did grab some new minis and some older minis. These Chaos Hounds, I finished up their paint jobs over the last couple of days. So these came out pretty good. So these guys are done. We can use these for monsters and so forth. I also had a while back done up a couple of these goblin wolf riders, and one's armed with a kind of a scimitar tulwar kind of thing. One of them's armed with an axe, and the wolves are pretty cool. These are done up with a combination of dry brushing and washes. I went ahead and got a few more packs. I've got 8 more of these, so we have a full unit of 10. So we could use these for a chainmail game or something along those lines. So there's 4 with the tulwar and there's 4 with the axe. And again, these are really simple and easy to do. I busted all of these out in just a couple hours. Dry brushing, give it a base coat. These got a base coat of cream or off-white, and then I hit them with a brown wash, and then I dry brushed them. The dark ones, I base coated them in gray and then dry brushed them in 2 or 3 different shades of other gray and white. And yeah, so we have a bunch of goblin wolf riders. And I also grabbed a few more figures. Went to the hobby shop and grabbed some more. These are all from Reaper Bones. They are not very expensive. They come 1 or 2 to a pack for $5 or $6, which is a great deal today, especially. So I have this cool sorcerer here. And then we have, this guy is supposed to be the undead fighter. He's got some sort of icon and a sword with some runes on it. I haven't finished this. These guys are all kind of work in progress. They're almost done. Here is a hero. I'm not sure exactly what she's going to be. I haven't done a character for her yet, but we will. This is, these 2 are actually in a pack called Druids. And so one of these will be the bad guy druid that we met before, and one of them will be another druid that we'll meet further along. This is a female sorceress. She came out pretty good. And this is Rackman, the red archer. And I really like how he came out. This was really easy to do. I just base coated it in the off-white and then hit it with the Express Paint, the Velvet Red, I believe is the color. Do I have it handy? I don't. Anyway, so yeah, so he's the archer. So we've got that. I also picked up a few other packs. The Red Archer. Oh, that's not in focus. What's going on there? There we go. Well, I hope that last bit was in focus. That's what I get for not looking. The Red Archer came also with this halberdier in a pack, I believe, called Mercenaries. So he'll be a mercenary or a soldier of some kind that we'll have. And then these guys are, I think, Castle Guards. I think that was the name on the pack. I haven't decided whose symbol that is, but it's kind of cool. And then I got 2 packs of Town Guard, which they come with a male figure and a female figure with a spear and a buckler. So these are nice. I got 4 of those. So this will help flesh out our need for various mercenary figures. And then I also grabbed a couple of little monster packs. All right, so these are the monster packs, and I got these. This is a rat swarm. This is pretty creepy. Let's try to get down here. You can see it. There we go. And again, these were just done up with a base coat of a cream color, and then I hit them with a wash. Some of them are gray, some of them are brown. And then you can also get a 4-pack of what's called mini tours. So Cal Areth has a cool thing. They reference Yak Men in one of the encounter tables. Let's get this focused. I got a bad feeling about that previous segment. I don't want to have to reshoot that. Anyway, the Yak Men, there's 4 of them. These are really cool. I just did these up with a dark base coat, dark brown base coat, and then hit that with a wash, and then chestnut for the skin, and an off-white for the horns. Come on, get focused. There we go. So these guys came out pretty good. So this will be fun when we encounter the Yak Men, because I believe that Morpan has a plan to go back to the Tomb in the Mountains. Come on, focus, focus, get focused. There we go. There we are. And yeah, so he's going to go back to the Tomb in the Mountains, and we will do some more exploration up there with, we'll be using the new pack of Dungeon Geomorphs that I picked up. These are pretty cool. And we will also experiment with, this is something that's going to turn up in one of the forthcoming episodes. These are cards from Atelier Clandestine. They're dungeon cards. I took these to Staples and printed them on cardstock and cut them out. So these are really cool because they have an encounter table on the card for additional doors. So this is for a passageway, and then you can roll a d6 for each segment and find out whether there's any more doors. And so then you can add the passages together. Special rooms. I guess I shouldn't say they have encounter tables. They have door tables. So what we can do is use our regular encounter tables for that. We can use the ones out of the OD&D books that we've been using for other things. Or, and this is an idea I had, I also went and ordered some 4x6 graph cards. Now, these are not quite centered. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little bit of a larger, there should be a line there, but there's not. I'm not sure what's up with that. So I don't know, maybe I'll use that for the left side. But I think that these could be made into geomorphs as well. And we could make these into custom cards because I got a pack of 200. And I think what might be fun is, let's go ahead. There's several different things we can do. One of the things that John McGowan mentioned was he's got Cernathalis. And we looked at this before. These are small. Can you see that? See how small those are? That's my thumb. We're talking about, I believe these are 5 to an inch. So we're talking about half an inch. Really small, and it's hard to see, where the lines are. It's pretty faint. It actually looks better under the camera than it does in real life. So what I might do is copy these down, these geomorphs onto here, or at least some of them. But I think it would be cool to go ahead and add the encounter tables right on the cards. Kind of the way they're done with Axebane and his Deck of Many Dungeons. So this one, when you draw a room, it has possible monsters. So there could be a drow, a lion, 2 orcs, a basilisk, 1 basilisk per PC. So if the PC's level 12 to 13, I think that's supposed to be total levels. That's a lot. That's a lot of basilisks. If you got 5 PCs, you're gonna have some trouble with that one. But these have a little, random table for what might be in here. So I think that would be fun. This is big enough because it's 4x6 that you could draw a room or a suite of rooms on it and still have room to put an encounter table or a variety of, you could do an encounter table and a treasure table, or a trap table. So, or alternatively, we could create a few monster and trap and treasure tables, and then each geomorph, when you draw it, would have a number that we could use to reference which of those tables. Or maybe, this one we roll a d6. Then there might be, say there's 20 entries on the possible encounter tables, what monsters might be in there. And so it'll say, roll a d6 plus 5. So you'll skip the easy ones at the top. You won't get the heavy ones at the bottom. So we've got a bunch of ideas that we can use. We can play around with different things for solo dungeon generation. And if you guys have any suggestions or ideas of what you think might be interesting for these graph cards, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And as always, our friend, where is he? Where's Morpan? Here we go. Our friend Morpan says hello. He says thanks for watching, and keep on gaming.